going to say public media is the best. Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Okay. We're gonna go no more cuts, then you say no more lies. Then I'm gonna say fund the news, and you can say that opens eyes. This is gonna be a challenge. We're gonna give it a shot. So, no more cuts, then you say no more lies. Fund the news, that. All right. No more cuts. Fund the news. All right, we're getting there. No more cuts. Fund the news. No more cuts.
No more lies.
Fund the news, that. No more cuts. Fund the news. No more cuts.
No more lies.
Fund the news. What do we want? Public media. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Public media. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Public media. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Public media. When do we want it? Now. And if we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
what do we want?
Public media!
When do we want it?
Now!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
don't get it.
Shut it down!
Okay. Keep it real, keep it free. TBS and NPR. Come on, we're gonna do that one. All right. Let's go back to our beginning. Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media
Is the best!
What do we want?
Public media!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Public media!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
all right.
Now!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Yes, excellent.
PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
Save NPR.
Save PBS!
Public media.
Is the best!
You guys want to stand right here?
All right, folks, if you just want to fill in around here, be careful because of the wind. You want to fill in around the podium, go up against the giant NPR sign. Just come in right where I am over here.
You guys can stand behind the podium.
Ahead of the cameras, just come in right behind the podium.
And folks want to kind of fill
Come
in
on
right around.
No need to stay on the sidewalk.
Hold up the sign. Woo!
Well, Justin, we gotta put it down. We gotta just take a few steps this way. Let's take some pictures. The podium, we gotta put it on the sidewalk, right?
Somebody should move it.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to help the
Yeah.
staging? Get
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Hey, can you guys? We'll take it on. Can't be on the sidewalk. Hey guys, we're gonna be on the sidewalk. Our property. We go for you. It's fine.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
Just right in this corner.
Yeah.
No, right here. Yeah. It's just fine. Right here. Hey, folks, you guys want to come in this way?
Look here, a couple people.
Where's that?
It's a little frightening when I just do it out of the blue, though, ain't it? Like, oh my god! Very loud.
Hey! Ho ho! Censorship has got to go! 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 Hey! Ho ho! Censorship has got to go!
Hey!
Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho ho! Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho ho! Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho ho! Get a little bit closer. Censorship has got to go!
Hey! Ho! Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho! Censorship has got to go! Stay with me, brothers and sisters!
Censorship has got to go!
Hey! Ho! Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho! Censorship has got to go! Hey! Ho! Censorship has got to go!
Censorship has got to go! Hey!
Brothers and sisters, good morning!
Good morning!
My name's Joseph Givargis. I'm the executive director of Our Revolution. Today is National Protect Public Media Day, and I want to welcome all of the advocates, the workers, and the truth seekers who are gathered here outside NPR HQ. We, the people, are here to defend the freedom of the press. We're here to defend the freedom of speech. And we're here to defend the freedom of dissent against the tyranny of the Trump regime. We are gathered here not just to defend public media, but to defend a principle that is fundamental to a free society, and that is the right to independent, fact-based journalism that serves the people, not corporate profits, not political parties, but the public good. Can I get an amen? Today, in the United States of America, this principle is under attack. Donald Trump and his authoritarian regime are taking aim at public media. Elon Musk and Project 2025 have called for gutting the Corporation for Public Service, the parent of NPR and PBS. Trump's new FCC chair, Brendan Carr, in one of his first official acts, opened an investigation into NPR and PBS. And
Fire Musk! Fire him!
For what?
And Senator Mike Lee and Claudia Tenney, Representative Claudia Tenney, recently introduced the Defund NPR Act.
No!
Look, let's be real, brothers and sisters. This is not about saving taxpayer money. The real goal in going after public media and the media generally is to undermine independent journalism, to silence criticism, and to obstruct the free flow of information. Let's not forget that Donald Trump has called journalists the enemy of the people. Let's not forget that he's called CNN fake news. Let's not forget that he sued ABC, 60 Minutes, and other purveyors of the truth. Let's not forget that he's banned AP from the Oval Office and that he's now handpicking his White House press pool. Is that okay with you? No! Is that okay with you? No! Brothers and sisters, these threats and these acts of intimidation are aimed to control the free flow of information. Trump's regime doesn't want we the people to have access to the facts. They don't want we the people standing with reporters to expose corruption, to expose corporate greed, and to expose government abuse. Instead, what they want is to hand over the microphone to Fox News. They want to hand over the microphone to Sinclair Broadcasting. And they want their billionaire buddies who own social media empires like Meta, TikTok, and X to push out disinformation and sow division in American society. Is that okay with you? Look, without independent voices to hold them accountable, Trump and the oligarchs are going to be free to flood the public airwaves with propaganda and their products. Ultimately, the war on the media is about silencing the truth and about what's happening in our country right now. They want to hide what's happening. And this is what's happening. Let's be clear. We're seeing the emergence of a system of authoritarian capitalism under which Donald Trump and a small crew of oligarchs privatize our government and plunder our tax dollars for their personal benefit. Is that what America's about? No! Is that what America's about? No! We are here because we want to send Donald Trump and the oligarchs a clear message. We will not allow you to privatize and plunder our government.
That's right.
We're here to tell Trump that a free press is not something you can negotiate with the American people about. We're here to say public media is not a luxury like a hotel. We're here to say that free press is not even a partisan issue. Free press is a fundamental pillar of a democratic society. Without a free press, we lose the foundation of our democracy. That's why we're here today to call on Congress to protect public media and to reject the politically motivated attacks and cuts on the public broadcasting service. In the coming months, our coalition is going to organize and mobilize and pressure every elected official to protect public broadcasting, not just for journalists, not just for broadcast workers, not just for listeners, but for our democracy.
That's right.
We are not going to stand idly by as this regime silences the press, defunds public media, and turns America into a nation of disinformation and lies. And you know what? We have a saying at our revolution: when we organize,
We win.
when we organize,
We win.
when we organize.
We win.
Now I want to bring up some of our allies. The first one is Craig Aaron. He is the co-CEO of Free Press, a national organization that is fighting to protect communications in the United States of America. Give it up for Craig Aaron.
All right, thanks for having me. I can't go to a rally without wanting to lead a chant, so I'm going to say whose streets, and you're going to say Sesame Street. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Whose streets?
Sesame Street.
Whose streets?
Sesame Street.
Whose streets?
Sesame Street.
All right, thank you. I'm Craig Aaron. I am from Free Press. I'm so glad you're all out here today because a vibrant, independent public media system is what a real healthy democracy looks like. It's no wonder that Donald Trump hates public media. It's no wonder that Elon Musk hates public media, because this is how authoritarians operate.
That's right.
They attack the media, they squeeze the media, they starve the media, they weaponize the government against the media.
That's right.
They don't want us to know what they're doing. They don't want us to know what they're stealing. They don't want democracy.
No.
We're standing right here, just down the street. That's the Federal Communications Commission. And the guy Donald Trump put in charge of the Federal Communications Commission is named Brendan Carr. And I like to call him Brendan Carr, the censorship czar.
That's right.
Because Brendan Carr, the censorship czar, is weaponizing the FCC against free speech. He's attacking press freedom, and he's attacking public media too. You see, instead of answering to the public, Brendan Carr answers only to two people. That's Donald Trump and Elon Musk. So when Donald Trump doesn't like the questions he's getting in a debate, when Donald Trump doesn't like how an interview was edited on 60 Minutes, then here comes Brendan Carr, the censorship czar, to launch an investigation, to threaten to take away their broadcast licenses, to block their mergers, unless they pay off Donald Trump, who is suing CBS for $20 billion.
Unacceptable.
That's right, it's a shakedown, pure and simple. When Elon Musk tweets that he doesn't think NPR should be funded, here comes Brendan Carr, the censorship czar, with another so-called investigation into NPR's underwriting practices, telling Congress they should cut off funding for public media. They come after NPR, they come after PBS because they want journalists to stay timid. They want them to think twice about asking hard questions. They want them to beg for scraps, because that's what we do to public media in this country. In the United States, we spend less than $2 per capita to fund public media, and the rest of the world looks at us and they're so confused. Because in the rest of the world, they spend 20 or 50 or 100 times as much on public media. And it's incredibly popular. It's a source of national pride. Our problem here is not that we spend too much money on public media. Our problem here is that we spend too much money on billionaires.
That's right.
Tax them.
If the multi-billionaires in this country paid their fair share, we'd have plenty of money for public media and real local journalism. We could put thousands and thousands of reporters on the ground, uncovering corruption and painting a true picture of our incredibly diverse communities. We could have all of this if Elon Musk would just pay his own taxes. We could have all of this if Jeff Bezos would stop destroying the Washington Post and pay his own taxes. We could have all of this if Donald Trump would pay his own taxes. I'm so glad so many people are out here to defend the hardworking journalists who are inside that building and let them know that you're their backs. I'm I'm so glad you're here to show the producers, the engineers, the workers inside that building that we have their backs. And I want to ask the executives inside this building to do the same thing, because this is not a time for NPR's leadership to go into hiding.
That's right.
They can't cower under their desks. They can't close their eyes and hope Donald Trump is going to go away. You cannot show up with a tote bag to a knife fight. Now is the time for us to defend NPR's work and the journalists working to hold this administration accountable. It's the time to show up, to speak out, and fight back. And if you do that, all of these folks will be fighting with you, because they have come for public media before. They've tried it again and again and again, and they always lose. So we're here today to protect public media, yes. Defend public media, yes. But also to improve public media, reinvent public media, and build a public media that a world-leading democracy and its people actually deserve.
Give it up for Craig Aaron with free speech. Brothers and sisters, we're here to protect public media. Say it with me. Protect public media. Protect public media. Protect public media. Protect public media. Right now, I want to introduce one of the officers of the union that represents workers in the building. His name is Bjorn Westergaard. He is the secretary of NABIT CWA, which is the union, again, that represents broadcast employees here at NPR. Give it up for Bjorn!
How's everyone feeling? Thank you so much for coming out today. It means so much to my coworkers and I, not just in this building, but at member stations in all 50 states. I'm not here to speak for NPR. I'm definitely not authorized to speak for NPR. I'm here representing all of the workers who are below the fold, not the journalists, but the camera operators, the people who record and mix the audio, and the software engineers like me who build the NPR app and make sure that no matter how you consume your news, you're getting it. I think we have an interesting perspective because we see what kind of programming public, non-commercial media produces that for-profit media has never produced and will never produce. So I want to give you just a few examples of that kind of programming just from the last few weeks. So right now in Illinois, there are family farmers who are tuning into Illinois public media to learn about what's going on with sorghum prices. Hugely important in those communities. That is not a profitable service to run, but because the university in Urbana-Champaign can collaborate with a local journalist in that community who knows what farmers are concerned about, that show's immensely successful for that community. In Missouri, they have huge problems with healthcare in rural communities. The only newsrooms covering that are public media newsrooms who are looking into how local community groups and churches are improving health outcomes for those rural Missourians. In South Carolina, and again, these are all examples just from the last 2 or 3 weeks. In South Carolina, state house legislators are considering an expansion of nuclear power. Who else is covering this? Who else has the resources to actually go to the state house, interview the legislators? Here's the thing. Billionaires can pay to have a lobbyist hang out in every state house and 1,000 lobbyists hang out here on Capitol Hill. But for normal people, people who make their living honestly, the only way they're going to find out what their government is doing is if there are well-staffed newsrooms in all 50 states. And right now, for-profit media is shuttering newsroom after newsroom, laying off journalist after journalist. And we need to say no to them. Public media is really, in many parts of this country, the last institution that really has people on the ground who live in the communities, who are covering the issues that matter to people. And that's what's at stake here. That's why we need to defend public funding. Thank you all so much for coming out. It means so much to all of us. And we're going to win this.
As you heard Bjorn talk about, what's at stake is not just the livelihood of the workers in this building, but it is the free flow of information around the country, in rural areas, in disenfranchised communities. Right now, we're seeing media consolidate. We're seeing the billionaires squeeze newsrooms for every single dollar of profit they can. And the cost of that, at the end of the day, is our ability to stay informed as citizens. And that's what we want Donald Trump and the billionaires to understand. We are citizens. We are not consumers of America. We are citizens who have a right to information. And that is why we are here to protect public media. Say it with me. Protect public media. Protect public media. Protect public media.
Protect public media.
Right now, I want to introduce another one of our allies, Jenna Leventoff with the ACLU. Give it up for Jenna.
Good morning, everybody. Good
morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I love them. My name is Jenna Leventoff, and I am with the ACLU, which for more than 100 years has been dedicated to upholding the Constitution's protections for free speech and freedom of the press. The ACLU is deeply, deeply concerned about President Trump's censorship and intimidation of the press. This administration has no regard for freedom of the press, and the ACLU will do everything in its power to stand up for freedom of the press and for all of our First Amendment rights. In the very first amendment to our nation's Constitution, our forefathers promised that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the press. The reason that this is one of the first things that our founding fathers chose to protect is clear. As Chief Justice Brandeis said in a little law-nerdy moment, and in far more eloquent but long-winded words than I'm saying to you today, only in a society that enables freedom of thought and freedom of speech can a stable government survive.
That's right.
Only. And only through freedom of the press can our nation's citizens stay informed, make their own decisions, hold the government to account when it doesn't have their citizens' best interests at heart. That is why President Trump and his administration's many, many efforts to censor the press are so troubling. Since his last presidency, the president has brought numerous baseless lawsuits against media outlets for talking about him in ways that he doesn't like, sharing information he doesn't want to be shared, or otherwise saying things he disagrees with. In his second term, President Trump and his administration have begun systematic attacks against the press. The president banned the Associated Press from the White House press corps because they refused to say Gulf of America. But that isn't how the Constitution works.
That's right.
The president cannot tell the media what to say and punish them for not saying what he wants them to.
That's right.
While President Trump's defense is partially true, he's not under any obligation to open up sensitive areas of the White House to the press. He also can't revoke that access on ideological grounds or because he doesn't like the press's reporting. It's worth reiterating again. The president tried to tell the AP what to say. He tried to compel their speech, and they refused, and they were punished for it. The First Amendment doesn't allow the government to dictate the speech of the media or the speech of any of us. Again, the First Amendment doesn't allow the president to compel the speech of the media or any of us.
That's right.
President Trump's FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, has continued to threaten the press. He has brought or threatened multiple investigations against various media outlets that say things he disagrees with. One news entity being investigated is NPR, whose offices we are standing in front of today. According to Commissioner Carr, NPR and PBS have violated advertising rules, and he, I quote here, does not see a reason why Congress should continue sending taxpayer dollars to NPR and PBS. But his own desire to see these entities lose funding is not grounds for agency investigations.
That's right.
Brendan Carr's concern that 60 Minutes edited an interview to make Kamala Harris seem more eloquent, or his concern that Comcast and NBC have DEI practices, are not reasons to bring an investigation.
That's right.
Investigations can't be driven by ideology. In the Commission's own words, the FCC does not, cannot, and will not act as a self-appointed, free-roving arbiter of truth in journalism.
That's right. Amen.
Baseless investigations into the media do nothing more than chill reporting. It makes reporters scared to speak the truth or to speak out against Trump and his administration. And that is exactly what this administration wants. It wants the media to self-censor. It wants to threaten the media until they share only approved messages of their own accord. But concerned citizens can put a stop to this harassment. We can
That's right.
remind the president and his administration and Congress that the First Amendment protects the freedom of press.
That's right.
The First Amendment says the government cannot interfere with the media's decisions about what to publish or what not to publish. It says that for our nation to function, our nation's marketplace of ideas to work, the people of the United States have to be able to get information about what the government is doing. The free press is the cornerstone of our democracy. And the president and his administration need to stop their baseless attacks against the media. And attacks on the First Amendment right.
That's right.
The ACLU stands with a free press and a free country.